WrestleCrapRadio.com. More timing than Blade's big announcement. Oh, and please don't repeat this 10 million times. The show's only 6 hours long.
Hey, fellow crappers, it's your old buddy and your old pal, RD Reynolds here once again with WrestleCrap Radio. And as hasn't been the case in very, very, very long time, I can't believe it's been 8 years, Mr. Blade Braxton is joining me in the WrestleCrap Radio studios.
Good evening, sir.
in the luxurious, pompous WrestleCrap Radio studios. I mean, you have to be thrilled. All the renovations we've done over the years just looks phenomenal in here. I think you would agree.
I feel phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's like the return of Jazz Overnight Blade, because I am not on a burner cell phone talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have this high-tech Trolla headset I'm wearing.
It all makes sense now. I never understood why every cell phone you got was worse than the one you had before. But since you said the term burner, now it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense.
But yeah, it's great. It's great to be here back at WrestleCrap HQ. Now we've been together in Indiana, and we've done lots of shows. We did Days of the Dead.
Yeah.
We did those 2012, 2013. We did live shows there.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we did big stuff at StarCast.
Right.
But this is the first time I've been in HQ for almost
at
a
HQ.
decade.
Yeah, almost 10 years. That's amazing.
Actually, you know what? I think I kind of remember. I kind of remember the last one we did.
Okay.
I was here. I was live in the house, and
in the studio, please.
No, I was kind of being a gangster,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the house, yo.
Got it. Yes.
Word. But my haiku was about Randy Orton.
Oh.
And we were complaining about how he had just signed a 10-year contract, which expired in 2020.
He's not even done with that contract yet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. My absence from WrestleCrap HQ almost as long as Randy Orton's 10-year contract.
Yeah, that's... Boy.
Both of those, not as long as my big announcement.
Yes, as our WrestleCrap Radio guy had mentioned.
I'm here live. Do you want me to say the big announcement right in front of your face and be excited?
I don't think...
you want
the old ticker, I don't know the old ticker could take that.
Is this when we're going to do it?
I'm sure it's not, but that's okay.
Well, why not? What if... here's the thing. Back in 2007... No, I'm not doing it now.
Oh, what a tease. What a tease. But, no, it has been forever. You'd mentioned that you were going to be in somewhere within distance of WrestleCrap HQ.
I went to Chicago to celebrate Honky Tonk Mailman's birthday. We'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why don't I just drive 2.5 hours and see my old buddy?
It was great. I was hoping that you would, but I was like, it's still a little bit out of the way. And no, it's great. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
I had an 8-hour drive home, no matter whether I came from Chicago or Indianapolis. But it's just, I had to drift over.
Right.
A couple hours to come to Indy. So.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. So we decided we were going to do a WrestleCrap Radio live, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to follow it up. We're going to be doing another RD and Blade show for our friends on... Wait, I can't do it that way. We do have someone else joining us here in the studio. Did you care to guess who that is?
It's not Stubby.
Lord Alfred, if you please.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Believe it or not, kids, this here radio program is sponsored. It's sponsored by you, if you're on our Patreon. And that's what I was going to say. We're going to be recording after this. We are going to be recording an RD and Blade where you and I are going to go. It was something someone on Patreon had suggested, I believe. That or it was just an idea I thought was either good or terrible. I'm not sure which. Well, actually, it was someone on Patreon. What they had said is, would you go back and review one of your favorite or least favorite WrestleCrap radios or RD and Blades? And so we came up with the idea. We are going to go back after this show, and we are going to listen to WrestleCrap Radio number 1.
Ooh.
I haven't listened to it in years. It's in the archives, and again, that's a Patreon plug, because if you do a $10 Patreon pilgrimage or whatever you would call it, donation, then you get the archives, and you too can go back and listen to every single WrestleCrap Radio, every single RD Blade, tons of other stuff in the archives as well. Or
if you don't want to live in the past, a simple $2 donation.
Yeah, a $2 donation gets you all the RD and Blades.
Special bonus this week could technically be called the RD and Jazz Overnight Blade Show. Because,
right.
Like I said, I have the powerful headset on.
If we knew which was the RD, the other RD and Jazz Overnight Blade, that should be maybe one of the next ones we review.
Oh boy, dude! Here's the thing, and people may be tuning out in droves because when Jazz Overnight Blade was born, and I used my Big Lots headset that I bought for $2. People were offended by my crystal clear quality voice.
Yes.
They're like, some people didn't even think that's me. Some people said that the filthy jokes and the material I used to do sounded less filthy and offensive because I sounded so the audio quality.
Because you weren't on a burner phone, I think.
I was living the high life back then. I didn't have a burner phone. I actually had Verizon Wireless.
Oh, wow.
No, T-Mobile, excuse me.
Yep. Well, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do that. If again, patreon.com/WrestleCrap. Get you all kinds of goodies, and that's one of those things. We have, of course, WrestleCrap.com. That's where you and I met. We were talking about that earlier tonight. It's crazy because WrestleCrap.com on April 1st, so less than a month away, will be 19 years old.
Wow.
Which is ridiculous. And, new induction coming up this week, which I will be writing. I'm not quite sure what it will be yet. But that's also something I look to Patreon about. I always take their suggestions with a little more. They have a little louder voice since they are donating. And again, it's not something where we need you to donate $5,000. Although it would be real nice. But it's something we just need a little bit just so we can keep things going. And we are back over our first goal of $250 a month, which means now we have to supply a monthly WrestleCrap Radio. And, of course, they also get the RD and Blades.
There you go. A bargain at quadruple the donation.
Right. Also, WrestleCrapRadio.com. You heard that at the beginning.
Yes.
Our good friends over there, they do a great job. They're also documenting all the RD and Blades as well.
Yes, yes. It's such a great site. I actually got lost down a WrestleCrapRadio.com wormhole a few weeks ago. Just so much information about those old shows. So much stuff we've forgotten about because we're old.
I know. I can only imagine. I'm sure after listening to WrestleCrap Radio number 1, I will want to forget about other things.
Oh.
One thing I can guarantee you I will not want to forget about, though. You care to guess what that is?
What's that?
Hello, everyone. This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation on the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did. I was standing over by the tomatoes, and here he comes.
Well. To quote our good friend Joel Gertner, it's time. This is very historic because we do these on every show, but a live in-person one we have not done for a while. That would be RD's trip to the grocery. And actually, it's Blade's trip to the grocery.
Yes.
And RD's trip to the Dutch grocery.
Oh, boy. It's too bad that didn't become a recurring segment.
Now, actually, it's a good thing that RD's trip to the Dutch grocery didn't become a recurring segment, because I will not be going. I have one more trip to the Netherlands, and then I don't think I'll be back over there, maybe ever. So.
If you want to be technical and you want to expand on my segment, it would be Blade's trip to the ghetto Philly gas station.
Oh, the ghetto Philly gas station with the burner phone. Yes, this is going to be great.
I was, a couple weeks ago, I was in Philadelphia. We were filming a teaser trailer for the new Sergeant Kabuki Man sequel from Trauma. And while I was out and about, stopped into a gas station and found some chips.
What kind of gas station was it?
I want to say Shell, but I don't know.
Oh, wow, okay. I always like to picture you not going to like a name brand station, not like a Speedway or some off the road,
But dude, here's the thing: when I'm on the road, you go
wherever you're going to run out of gas, right?
No, most of the time you go when you've got to. Number 2.
Oh, okay.
Now, by using your logic, which would seem right, you would think that I would want to go to a seedy-looking gas station.
Absolutely.
Odds are the toilet there
probably
would match the way it looks on the outside.
Sure.
You don't want to do that.
No.
I want to go. As a matter of fact,
I don't know what kind of diseases are in there.
I specifically pulled off. I specifically drove 5 extra miles to go to a Love's restroom. Are you familiar with the Love's chain?
Yes, I am familiar. It's basically a truck stop.
Yes.
More of a truck stop and less of
a
consumer gas station.
Well,
they have consumers there, but I mean, you have truck, the large semi-trucks.
They just have some very good beef jerky.
Oh, okay.
That's what I want to think, but that's neither here nor there.
Is that what we're having?
No, it's not. We are having some chips.
Oh, okay.
Now, Shania.
He's covering up the bag so I can't see it.
Now, Shania Twain once had a song, "Man, I Feel Like a Woman."
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like a woman today?
Not particularly.
Maybe you'll feel like a woman when you have these chips. You know why?
Why is that?
Or maybe you'll feel like a girl.
Okay.
Because they are home girls.
It's all that. Sweeties potato chips.
Yeah, and there you see Kathy, Rashida, and Maria on the front.
Are these like famous people? Am I supposed to know these people?
No, I think these are average, ordinary home girls.
They do not look average at all. But
now,
okay.
On the other end of the spectrum, we have these.
Okay.
Chumpies.
Wow, and there's Kareem and Raphael and Eric.
Yeah, I don't know the significance of this.
I don't know who I don't know.
Chumpies.
Okay, but the other ones are, say, Sweeties potato chips.
Sweeties, yeah. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I almost don't want to know. I'd almost rather just eat it and not look at the ingredients or anything. Just roll them bones, baby.
Okay.
See what we get.
Well, wait a minute. Here, let's read this. Oh.
Well, you say let's read it, and then you start crumpling it up. Is it that bad? He stopped reading it.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know what this means.
Well, read it.
It's all that. Why we?
I'm gonna read the bag of Chumpies. That I promise you.
Here we go.
Okay.
Homegirls, it's all that.
Okay. They're a little bit sweet. They
are.
look like sour cream and onions.
Yeah.
They kind of taste like a sweet sour cream and onion.
They taste like something I've had before.
Maybe that's why it says sweeties, because they're sweeter.
All right. Chumpies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at these. These almost look like barbecue.
I am looking at the ingredients on the other one.
Yeah.
This has sweetie seasoning, which is sugar and fructose, cheddar cheese, tomato, paprika, onion powder.
Huh. Well, have a chumpy in your mouth.
Are these barbecue? They look very barbecue-y.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Are they also sweet?
Nah, a little bit. I don't know. Does the word chumpy mean anything? It's like a, do you know?
These are a little bit sweet too.
They are.
Which one would you give the edge to?
Probably the homegirls, because
I think I'm going to try
kinda
another
unique.
Homegirls. I think I would give to the homegirls as well.
now I was bewildered by just how absurd this package looks, because there's like on both the homegirls and the chumpies, there's just illustrations of 3 girls or 3 boys.
I like it that they're very different names you wouldn't get every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kathy and Eric.
But anyway, I was like, wow, what are these? These must be something new. But I saw Blue Meanie's girlfriend that we met at StarCast. She chimed in. Mm-hmm. She's like, those have been around for decades. And she says that people seem to discover them every once in a while.
Delicious.
They're all right, yeah. No Doritos, but, for 50 cents, there you go.
No Doritos.
Now, what do
But
we got here? What's this gimmick?
this is, and I have talked about this before, is a Stroopwafel. That is a Conjures, and that's my favorite brand of Stroopwafels. I'm sure the locals look down on it in disgust, but I like those.
I'm surprised that we even have room for any of this stuff, because
After that pizza from New Bethel Ordinary,
when I first rolled into town, we went and got a pie, the heaviest pizza I've ever had in my life. Mm-hmm. How much do you think that weighed?
about 12 pounds. Now you're going to try the Stroopwafel.
Okay. That tastes like something I would have had as a child.
Yes. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what that means, but it does taste like something.
What does it taste like?
Like something my grandmother would have bought.
Okay. Could you give the listeners who were not at your grandmother's house when you were a child, buying things, going to the store, could you tell the listeners, help us out a bit as to what it tastes like?
God, I don't know how to describe it. If
this were a video podcast, all you would see, listeners, is just me shaking my head.
It's different.
Wow. Yeah. Oh,
But it's good.
Did you hear that? That's all those people that were going to support us on Patreon. They're all just click the show off.
That was very good.
Never again. It's very good. Okay, great. Yeah.
I don't know. Gotta.
Does it taste like a potato chip? Does it taste like pizza? Does it taste like tacos? What's it taste like?
It's sweet. It's
Okay.
got like an oatmeal kind of.
Okay.
You know, like those oatmeal cream pies
Okay.
from the gas station.
They have oatmeal cream pies. Little Debbie makes those as well. Sure.
It kind of has a taste similar to that, yes.
Well, they're both round. That's
round. That was really good. I want to eat more of this. What is in this?
More of it. I have more of them in the other room.
Yeah.
It's round. It is round. I will explain it since he can't. I will explain to you what I view it as.
Okay.
It's basically like a waffle cone.
Oh,
right?
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's very thin and very flat. It's in a round shape. It's probably about, what is that? About 3 inches? 3 inches? Something like that. And
yes,
3 inches circle, round. In the
about
middle,
4
it has caramel in the middle.
Oh, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, it has another one of basically the cookies, you know, the waffle cone. What people will do in the Netherlands is if you like to drink hot beverages like coffee. You're not a coffee guy, right?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What they will do in the Netherlands is they will take that, they will put it on top of the coffee cup.
Okay.
Because the steam will get up in it. It gives it a little more flavor. Disgusting flavor. I don't like coffee. But it will put the steam up in it. It will also start to melt it. So.
Wow. I almost want to do that right now, but you probably don't have a coffee pot.
She has one of those Keurig gimmicks right over there.
That'd
be good. Let's get him all. Maybe that's what he needs. There's a little bit of caffeine in him.
Nope.
You're drinking Diet Mountain Lightning.
Yep.
That's straight out of the 2-liter, kids. Again, I'm very sorry that this is not a video podcast. You would be getting so much more.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
work
that was
on that
good.
for.
That was tasty. How do you call? What do you call this again?
Those are Stroopwafels.
Oh.
Stroopwafels. Basically a syrup waffle, I believe, is the direct translation. Wow, what a show. What a show. What a show. Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, kids, this is a wrestling podcast.
Oh!
Not a potato chip.
Well, with that said, we should probably make sure that the...
Oh!
Right there. See? Still works as good as it used to.
It does. Look at it. It's even shiny. You must have polished it lately.
Knew you were coming over. I wanted to blow the dust off of it.
Even the knob you turn it on with, you polished that.
I polished the knob.
Awesome.
Polish the knob.
Yeah.
Obscure wrestling news here, kids. Obscure wrestling news. And boy, oh boy, we're talking about food items here.
This is...
And this is going to be one that I know you wanted to talk about last episode. Well, last episode was the worst ever. I don't think anyone's going to argue that episode was the worst episode that we had ever done because of the infernal, nonstop Tam Trolla going off.
What a disaster of a show that was.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we won't have that now. Now we can talk all about Gorgeous George's pickles.
Gorgeous George. Now, could you explain Gorgeous George to the people? Or is this going to be another challenge like the Stroopwafel was?
I don't think Gorgeous George needs an explanation. Randy Macho Man Savage's former valet.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like I'm going to have to explain everything for the rest of the show.
Well, think about Randy Savage's valet. That would have been in WCW.
Right.
What year would that have been?
1999.
That would have been 20 years ago. So, yeah, you may need to describe who Gorgeous George was.
We might
because you hear Gorgeous George, and some people may be going, oh, you mean the wrestler from the 50s? No.
Right, and we may have a new millennial fan base.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm sure we're reeling them in.
Yeah, left and right. They love all the stuff we talk about, like two old men. You know, everyone's going to know who Gorgeous George is. Absolutely.
Right. Gorgeous George, Randy Savage's former valet. She eventually married the guitarist of the Misfits, Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how she took the name George Frankenstein.
Right.
But anyway, she has a new business. Mm-hmm. She makes pickles.
Oh, okay.
Now, are you a fan of pickles?
I do not like pickles.
Well, maybe you'll like her pickles.
And what is the name of this establishment that she is?
You can find it on Facebook. George Frankenstein's Dill with It Pickles.
Dill with it.
Dill with it.
See, it's like
Now, if you go there, she has there's a video.
oh, video.
Video.
We'll look right there.
See what she has to say about
Let's see what she has to say. I'm sure this is going to be great. There's a picture of her right there.
She looks happy.
She looks
Oh, it's a cute.
content. She has some brass knuckles on a shirt in the background. That's kind of weird. Okay, let's hear what you got to say, kid.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi.
today I just wanted to thank everybody
Yeah,
for
you're
all
welcome.
your pickle orders, and I'm still taking orders for Christmas.
Okay.
I'm trying to
we're
think of words.
timely.
It's Christmas 2019.
I'm also bringing. I'm going back to Rockford for Christmas, and
Okay.
I'm bringing the pickles. So
Great.
if you're from Rockford and you're my friend,
What
or
if I'm not?
family, and you want me to
I
bring
hope
you some
there's
pickles,
there-
What if I'm your enemy?
I hope there's a
Please tell me so I
stocking
know
for the
how many
pickles.
to bring. Okay,
So it's just,
and it saves you all the money on shipping.
Oh,
A lot
that
of my
would be
friends and stuff wanted pickles, but I just want them to wait until I get home.
right.
Also, more products are on the way. My hot sauce is like literally finished, so I just need to box it up and start doing that. So it's George Frankenstein's Blister and Assholes.
Hey, that's not very nice. What's your language?
Promotions also have
Potty mouth?
13 South.
What do you think you are, a hobo?
Better get her a
Mine
swear
is just
jar.
really hot for those people out there that like hot food. If it's called blistering assholes, that's all I gotta say. So,
Yeah.
those are packed up.
That's all she has to say.
That's all she gotta say.
I did start making a different kind of bread and butter pickle.
Oh.
The last one I did was a Thai chili.
Okay.
And this one
It was a
is
chai chili.
more Italian-y,
Yes.
so.
It's
we'll
more
see if you guys
Italian
like that.
pickle.
But yeah, I will be in Rockford on the 22nd.
On this video
so
that we
feel free
have,
to hit me
it's
up
like
and order your pickles before,
shaking.
I know.
She looks like
that much
like
more.
a.
Herbie Hancock from the Rocket
Have a great
video.
week.
Well, okay.
Okay,
Well,
wow.
so-
What do you think about that?
She sold some pickles.
Now you know what? I'm gonna buy some of those pickles.
You're gonna buy those pickles.
I'm gonna buy those pickles.
Okay.
She says she has a hot one.
That's what she said. She's not gonna swerve us, is she?
I don't know. I'm a big pickle mark.
This just never been something I've enjoyed. So
Sweet ones.
I don't like pickles at all. No, not my gig.
You
Not
like,
my gig.
You like soap?
Are you? Are you? This is it. I don't even know how to take that.
I'm just.
I thought maybe since this was the first time we've been together in here in 10 years, you were like saying, "Do you like soap? It doesn't smell like you do," or something.
No, I think you smell fine.
Oh, thank you.
If anybody smells, it'd be me. I've been on the road.
Must be
Doing
my
this-
aftershave.
Doing that. Anyway, if we can, I don't know how long has the episode been going on now?
It's almost a half
Almost
hour.
a half an hour. We're okay. Well, we're breaking the food talk here. We've got talk about soap,
Okay, we have soap discussion.
but it's
Wrestle Soap Radio.
It's wrestling related soap.
okay.
Now, another person with starting a small business.
Okay.
Our good friend Hollywood from Glow.
Right, she was on the show a few years
Boy,
ago.
you know, how time flies. She was on our second anniversary show
A long time
back
ago.
in 2007. Back
Yeah,
when we
she
were
was-
young.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's got, she's making some soap.
She's making soap, kids.
Anyway, here's
Is it dill with it soap?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she's like got some organic soaps.
Of
Here, Let me
course.
explain here.
Probably also gluten-free.
Here we go. My organic soaps are almost done curing. I will have them for sale at Etsy soon. Rosewood, charcoal activated tea tree, and lavender patchouli. And then she's
Do I want to smell like charcoal?
charcoal activated.
Oh, I thought that it
don't
was.
know.
Oh, it smelled like.
But charcoal activated tea tree. That almost sounds like, I don't know, like a Mad Libs word, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
And she's got a fourth one, organic hemp.
Yes, make a belt out of it.
But yes, just finished my newest organic hemp soap. No scent. So it doesn't have a scent. It'll just like clean you. Because you don't want to like that.
You don't want to smell good.
Well,
You just want to smell like you.
time out. And now, what if you were like running late for work, right?
Uh-huh. Sure.
And you wanted to go to work. You wanted to go to work smelling like
Me?
like a lumberjack. You're using Irish Spring.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But Mrs. Deal only had like some like real like Dove flowery
Oh,
smelling.
okay.
You
Some
don't
really
want to do that.
flowery, floral.
You don't wanna
I
do
don't want to
that.
smell like a girl going to work.
Right. Just reach for Hollywood's organic hemp soap.
Yeah, and I smell like a big bag of weed.
No, it has
Oh.
no scent.
Oh,
It
that's right.
contains virgin organic hemp oil, organic coconut oil.
What is virgin organic hemp?
It's apparently organic hemp oil that doesn't like to.
Glad Mama was here.
But anyway, yeah, that sounds interesting. Now I tell you what, if I may do a flashback here, this is the second time we've talked about wrestling-related soap.
You had gotten some talking soap.
Oh, that's our third. That's our third reference. God, that is a long time ago. I think it was like a Christmas present, right?
Yeah, it was the talking soap. It wasn't it?
For those,
was it Rock or Stone Cold? It was Stone Cold, right?
No, it was The Rock. And for those that were not around in 2004 at WrestleCrap, reading WrestleCrap when RD got me this Christmas present, it was talking soap. So, like when you would be in the shower, there was a little plastic piece in the soap, and The Rock would, when it got wet, The Rock would say, "Go wash up, jabroni, because quite frankly, you stink."
I bet that would be worth a lot of money right now.
I still have that.
But it's used.
I used it once, which
You know who would
actually
want it?
Which actually may increase the value of it.
You know who would want it?
Who? But no, that being said, I told you I went down that WrestleCrapRadio.com wormhole.
Right.
When I did that, I stumbled upon an old bit of news we had about Francine a long time ago. She was selling a used soap on eBay.
Someone needs to tweet Francine and ask, hey, do you still sell used soap on eBay?
Don't do that, please.
I heard about it on some other podcast.
But yeah, good luck to Hollywood. She's a nice girl. We need to get her back on the show.
That would be good. We need nice people on the show. Nice girls on that. Like this.
Oh, no.
Oh. I thought.
I hear the cottonwoods whispering
This is-
above. Tammy.
Well-
This is actually painful having to hear this in person next to you.
Well, I don't know why I even plugged in that Tam Trolla. Somebody on Facebook said, why don't you unplug it? I was like, well, I don't think it's going to be necessary anymore to have it unplugged.
Oh, boy.
Well, we do have Tammy news. Tam news, apparently. You have Tam news for us, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yep.
Let you have at it.
Okay. This is right off, word for word off the Tam Trolla. WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sitch, a.k.a. Sonny. Mm-hmm. In case for those people that weren't around in 1996.
Right.
Was arrested
23 years ago. So
Hey, you know, she was once the most downloaded person in AOL.com history or whatever.
There was once an AOL.com.
There was
We'll
once
have to
something-
explain that to people,
There was
too.
once something called most downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Was arrested for DWI in New. Oh, I kind of love reading this because now time out real quick. I sound so bad on that burner phone.
Right.
It really makes me seem like just a drunk kind
Right,
of
right.
talentless drunk. But here I am in person with this fancy headset from
And not even drunk.
Not even drunk.
Can't say anything about talent.
And here we go. This is where I get a chance to shine. This is where I get a, read I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah.
Dave Meltzer will probably want me co-hosting.
Absolutely.
With him. I will turn them down because I enjoy doing the show with you.
Would rather be with me, I'm sure.
WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sitch, a.k.a. Sonny, was arrested for DWI in New Jersey over the weekend. The 6th time she's been busted for drunk driving. Officials say the 46-year-old was driving the wrong way on a one-way street around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. She also blew through a stop sign. When cops pulled her over, officers noticed she had an alcoholic container in the car and believed she was drunk. So they arrested her on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. Are you shocked?
Suspicion.
Oh. Caught in a trap. Can't walk out. That's suspicious minds, not suspicious drunks. Cops say...
Slow on. I couldn't quite grab the clanger there.
Oh, yeah,
Fast
my
enough.
chair was in the way. Cops say during the incident they also realized Sitch was driving on a suspended license and she had not one but 2 outstanding warrants out for her arrest. Sitch was taken into custody and hauled. I love that. Hauled.
Like she was thrown in a paddy wagon.
Like you would just pick up a big pig and
Slab of meat. Going to the butcher. Yeah, I'll take a side of beef.
hauled to a nearby station. She was eventually released after facing a judge via video conference.
All right. Hold on a second.
Video
Time out.
conference. That sounds like something that...
She would. I wonder if it was a Skype call.
I wonder if that video conference was downloaded.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody on AOL.com downloaded that.
So I do have a question.
Okay.
Okay. This was her 6th DWI.
That's a lot.
And she's free! How on earth can she be let... How on earth... It says she was eventually released after facing a judge via video conference. What? How?
That's a
With
lot.
6?
That is a lot.
6.
That is a lot of DUIs or DWIs, whatever. And it's not like they're spaced out. Mm-hmm. I mean, she might have been spaced out, but those 6 DUIs were all within like just recent years, you know. Now I'm gonna shoot with you here.
Okay.
All right. When I was 18 years old and I thought I was invincible,
Right.
I got a DUI.
Okay.
Had a little too much Schlitz malt liquor bowl that night.
Should have also been a DUUA, right?
What's that?
Or DUA. Drinking underage?
It's funny. I didn't get that charge. they gave that to my friend.
Wow.
Because he was mouthing off. That's besides the point. But once that happened, I realized, well, you know what? I probably shouldn't do
Terrible
this.
idea.
Shouldn't do this.
Okay.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to get a second one and lose my license for a year.
Right. So you're telling me that 18-year-old Blade
Is more responsible than
46-year-old Tam
That's actually very frightening. That's a very frightening thing to think about.
That's frightening. Oh, well, now things are better.
Oh,
Look at you. See how he kicks his little legs?
Look at that.
Hey there, little fella.
That almost makes
Hey,
me want
little.
to.
How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, you don't. After hearing that, you don't.
Oh. Baby Trolla firing up.
Right.
Yep. That means there's actually good news on this show.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Seems like, when we're talking about things that happen in multiples.
Right.
We just got done talking about Tammy Sitch's multiple DUIs.
6. Someone is having sextuplets, apparently.
No.
Oh.
Maurice is going to have some
right,
multiples.
yeah.
She's going to have her second child.
Oh, well, good for her.
With The Miz.
Oh, good for her.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you saying that
No,
sources have told this reporter that it's not the Mrs. Child?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so congrats to Maurice and The Miz.
Yeah, good for them.
Gonna have 2 kids.
Good for them.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
I wish there was more good news like this.
Yeah, that's
Instead
good.
of rotten DUIs and bad behavior.
Right.
We could sit around all show and we could talk about Tammy and all the bad things.
I'd rather not. That's what we did last show.
But it's good to hear from Maurice, and it's good to hear that their family keeps growing and stuff. That's a good quality life.
Sure.
That's what that means. You know what else it means?
I have an idea.
It means that Maurice likes to fix more than one plate.
She likes to fix more than one plate
for her child.
Oh, that's very.
She's going to fix 2 plates for.
There you go. That's
at
good.
Dinner table now.
That's a good thing. Well, congrats to them. Congrats to them.
All right, deal. We've had all that wrestling related, but not really wrestling related news. Okay, boy.
We got wrestlers selling pickles and
soap
and jail time. I keep going. I'm sorry, but before I got to go back to that just for a little bit. She did these Skype shows, and they said that she was able to get a release after she did a video conference with the judge.
Oh no!
Just saying.
Oh boy!
Glad I don't live in that county.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get away from that.
Darn tootin'.
You know what this show's been lacking in lately?
What is that?
TNA news.
Oh yeah. Well,
now. Let me tell you something. Boy, do I got a treat for you this week?
Okay.
Like I said, I was up in Chicago because I was going to. It was the Honky Tonk Mailman's birthday.
Right, you had mentioned that at the intro.
The former TNA correspondent,
sure.
Honky Tonk Mailman, one of our longest reigning TNA correspondents who did not die. Now, for you new listeners, which I'm sure there's a ton of.
Yeah, the millennials, remember?
We used to have a...
Want to hear about the most downloaded woman on AOL.
We used to have a weekly segment where we would have a TNA correspondent. Mm-hmm. But it seemed like that TNA correspondent would always die. We always had to find a new one. But anyway.
Except for the one that faked his death.
Yeah.
We don't hear from him. Please continue quickly.
But anyway, I was up in Chicago. I was going to celebrate the birthday of the Honky Tonk Mailman, and we were going to go see Kiss in concert.
Oh, okay.
Now, not only was I there, but luck be have it, Nintendo John was also in the Chicago area.
Wow.
Yeah, how random was that?
Mm-hmm.
So, myself and Honky Tonk Mailman and Nintendo John went to go see a Kiss concert. Now, if you remember, before the TNA correspondent news kind of stopped on this show,
right?
Our TNA correspondents were actually, in fact, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. Oh,
so you were able to go backstage and get finally.
So yes, this is the reason why our TNA segment died, is because Gene and Paul were so busy touring. They had no time to watch TNA and get the news. But I was like, hey, I'm in Chicago. I pulled a few strings. I got backstage, cornered Gene and Paul, and we now have, here we are, TNA news with Gene and Paul.
Please tell me when you were at the show. This is exactly what it sounded like.
You know, I feel like I'm right at the show live right now again. What a great time.
Wow, yeah, this is, that's going to be...
So here we go, yeah. Not only do you get a WrestleCrap Radio reunion with Honky and Nintendo John, we got Gene and Paul here with the news here. So let's just go back to when I recorded it live yesterday.
This is Blade Braxton here. We are live on location at the KISS show. KISS getting ready to play the United Center tonight in Chicago. And boy, it's a star-studded event. I'm here with all the WrestleCrap Radio celebrities of the past here. Such a big event. I have to introduce him. He was, at one point, the longest-running TNA correspondent ever. Your friend and mine, the legendary Honky Tonk Mailman.
Thank you very much, and glad to be here in Chicago, Murder Town, USA.
Are you afraid that the pink Cadillac may get, vandalized, looted? Where is Peggy Lou and the Colonel?
Peggy Lou and the Colonel, I left them down at the KFC down here off Ohio Street. And last time I saw, somebody spray-painted honky lips on the side of my pink Cadillac. Thank you very much.
What set of lips do you think they were talking about?
I think they were talking about my gig lips. And tonight, at this KISS show, they already asked me if they could shoot off some of their sparklers out my gig marks.
Fascinating.
All I know, if they played too loud, my gig marks open up again. I'm like King Curtis.
I think that's what Gene Simmons. If it's too loud, your gig marks aren't. I don't know.
They just got to get some of that super glue.
We're not only are we with Honky Tonk Mailman, but imagine this: we have drug him out of the house. Nintendo John is here, legendary Nintendo John. John, how you doing? Well, I want to thank you for letting me talk on the show. I've been on here in a while. That's great, Johanna. Your thoughts about KISS?
Well, let me tell you something. I could have been sitting around playing Nintendo, but I'm here. I'm here with Blade and the Honky Tonk Mailman getting ready to watch KISS. Now, let me tell you something. There was never any KISS games on Nintendo. I remember one time I was very conflicted. There was a KISS pinball game on PlayStation. I almost bought a PlayStation to play some KISS pinball, but I didn't because it was not on Nintendo. I think this guy's 8 bits of crazy.
Oh, boy. What a reunion here. What a reunion here. And not only do we got big news here, it is a KISS show. And if you follow the continuity of this show, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley are actually the longest-running TNA correspondents. They've only been on once, but that was enough to dethrone you, Honky Tonk Mailman. They've been TNA correspondents for like 3 years. Any thoughts?
All I know is I'm the one bringing those wrestling observers, and these guys are out here poo-tanging around, playing these weird shows with that weird makeup, blowing things up. I'm still the greatest of all time.
Wait a minute. I think I see them coming. Here they are. We're standing outside the dressing room. Here is Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, the longest-running TNA correspondents of all time. Gene, how are you doing?
This is wonderful. It's wonderful to be here with you tonight, Blade Braxton. And if you could please move out of the way, Tootie from Facts of Life is here. And I had her bent over earlier in the dressing room. But what an honor to be your TNA correspondent, because some people like TNA and some people like ice cream, and that's the best part about KISS. I made a career out of TNA. putting logs in fireplaces and going through women like a hot knife through butter.
Oh, Gene, great to have you here. You have not been on the show. Obviously, you've been busy. Think of all the tours you've been on since you last reported on TNA.
We've been everywhere, man.
Now, do you have we need some TNA news from you guys. Obviously, TNA has moved from Destination America to the Pursuit channel. Do you have any insight onto why that happened? Any thoughts of TNA's future?
As far as I am aware, the fishing channel, known as this new one with TNA, they needed some excitement because fly fishing is not exciting at all. They needed something to really spice things up, and they called Gene Simmons of KISS. And I told them, there is a wrestling program that you would enjoy. The last I saw, there was a man smashing another man in the face with a baseball bat. That's good entertainment, and that's what's great about TNA Impact and America and KISS, is that it's all things to all people. It's like ice cream at Baskin-Robbins. 31 flavors and then some. Lick it up.
Hey, Gene, this is Nintendo John. I've never met ya, but I've always had one question for ya. I sat around, I was jealous when I would see people playing Psycho Circus on the Dreamcast and not a game on Nintendo. Why was there never a KISS game on Nintendo?
Nintendo John, it is an honor to have you here. You're a powerful and attractive man. The reason was because nobody wanted to play an 8-bit version of The Elder. Even Bob Ezrin, jacked up on cocaine, wanted nothing to do with it. So that is why, and when we put out the KISS Pinball game for your PC, you could put it in your Windows 94, your Windows 91. You could put it in any window, and you could play KISS Pinball anywhere. We were trailblazers. That's what we've done.
I don't know nothing about Windows. The only Windows I know about are the ones you break playing Paperboy on Nintendo.
All right, John, that's enough. Now, real quick, one last bit of news. Paul, Paul, have you seen Paul, Gene? Is he around here?
He's right over here. He's just putting his hair on. Paul, put your hair on and get over here. We're talking with Blade and this Nintendo man. They're complaining about our pinball game.
All right, one last bit of news, Gene. TNA reported that Madison Rayne coming back. Madison Rayne, former Knockouts legend.
Beautiful.
Thoughts on Madison Rayne?
Thoughts on Madison Rayne? She has an opening and I have a stiff proposition. At the end of the day, we wrote a lot of songs about rain. We were the first ones to ever write rock and roll music about rain. And if you are familiar with our video, Tears Are Falling, those were not tears, that was rain. It was raining tears. But Peter Criss, who is not only a carpal tunnel sufferer, he at one point wanted to stop the rain. He was so jacked up on lithium and cocaine and Percocet, PCP. Peter loved PCP, and he thought he could stop the rain and wrote a song about it. A wonderful ballad on the lowest selling KISS solo record. So Madison Rayne, you just like Peter can't stop the rain, you can't stop the Madison Rayne.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, well, it looks like you guys have to get ready to go. It's been a pleasure to see you.
People!
Oh, Paul!
People!
Paul Stanley here.
This
Paul.
is amazing. It's great to be here. And the greatest thing about KISS is that we're all things to all people, and patriotism is cool. You know, and loving your country is cool. And this is the end of the road, but it's not the end. It doesn't feel like the end. It feels like the beginning, because KISS will be around forever. Who's this Nintendo John?
well, Paul.
I don't know, but he's cramping my style.
All right, this has turned into a circus. Paul, Gene.
Psycho Circus! Welcome to the show.
Thanks for coming on to the show. You guys, congratulations for being like the TNA correspondent for like 3 years, and this is your second appearance.
We're very busy.
You've been
Kiss
very
has
busy.
a lot of things. I got Soul Station, lots going on.
Very busy. Soul Station. Is that anything to do with Rocky Johnson?
Soul Man Rocky Johnson, he's always, because when I was growing up, I used to go in New York City, and I saw the Commodores, and I saw Sam Cooke, and I saw Soul Man Rocky Johnson.
Wow.
Because he's one of the best ever.
Awesome. And you're the best, Paul. So, thank you.
Oh, yeah!
Good luck on the End of the Road tour, and maybe once you call it a day, you can come on our show every episode.
That's a deal. We'll renegotiate our fee.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much!
Oh, boy, how about that, huh?
They're all getting in the pink Cadillac.
Wow.
Wow, what a crew getting into the pink Cadillac.
What a reunion there. All right, none of those guys have been on the show in years.
That's amazing.
Years. We haven't heard from the Honky Tonk Mailman. Oh, excuse me. Woo! Honky Tonk Mailman, like 6 years, right?
Yep. That was amazing.
Yeah. Good times. And how about that? We really got some hot-hitting TNA news.
Mm-hmm.
At least we know Madison Rain's coming back.
That's wow. Hey, how about that? Question of the week time here, kids. Question of the week. Wow, and look at this. It's nothing but wrestling news because the question of the week is also wrestling news.
Okay.
Corey Strode writes, Women of Wrestling. Actually, he says, Wyoming of Wrestling. Not Wyoming, but I guess no, women doesn't have an I in it. Women of Wrestling. A great promotion or the greatest promotion?
Well,
what would be the greatest promotion of all time?
That's a tough question.
I know what your answer would be.
I don't even know what my answer would be, so tell me my answer.
Russo era WCW.
Close. It's a real close. Honestly, if you only allowed me, because I live in 1988, if you only allowed me a box of VHS tapes,
right,
of any era of wrestling,
right,
excuse me,
Granny Panty Elizabeth era.
I would probably have to pick 1988 WWF because, like I've said before, there was just that magical moment when all three of the belts were held by Randy Savage, Axe and Smash, Demolition, and the Honky Tonk Man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a magical triple threat there.
So you're saying Wyoming of Wrestling is not the greatest promotion ever? Have you seen the new Women of Wrestling?
I know that Santana Garrett is in there. Fine women wrestler, and ironically, the Midnight Rose and Santana Garrett both had their first professional wrestling match on the same show.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Just goes to show you what happens when you devote a lot of time to your craft,
right? Or
you drink a lot of whiskey.
Was she drinking a lot of whiskey that night?
No, the Midnight Rose.
Oh, I thought you were
and
casting aspersions.
Speaking of the Midnight Rose, by the time you listen to this, it will be the 10th anniversary of the Midnight Rose.
Wow! Since the Rose came up out of the ground,
made the first appearance March 6th of 2009.
Wow!
Long time. You can celebrate that by watching Drive-In Movie Maniacs featuring the Midnight Rose.
There you go. Cheap plug.
There you go.
Like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC 2. Britney Spears is kind of cute. We watch TRL on MTV. Everybody 3 count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man! Ring that bell. Hey, it's time for the WrestleCrap 3 count.
Boy, I wish it was a video podcast. You could have seen me and RD.
We were both kind of, bebopping a little
like
bit.
I said, I'm used when we were usually recording this show. I'm doing it on a burner phone.
Right.
But here, I have the music blasting in my ears with this powerful Trolla, headset that I'm wearing.
The Jazz Overnight Trolla headset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, how is my voice? Do I sound jazzy to you? Am I coming through to you in jazz?
Yeah, I think it's much clearer.
Oh.
It's excuse me. I'm sure that
If
the
you-
authorities would be able to pick you out of a lineup much easier.
Well, that's not good.
Right.
Now,
That's the burner phone.
If you were a woman, do you think my voice sounds sexier right now?
Why do you keep asking if I feel like a woman?
No.
You've asked me that twice on the show now. Hand me over those homegirls potato chips. Hey, it's time for the WrestleCrap 3 count. That is when we each answer a question with 3 answers.
Yes.
And that would be the case right here tonight. We have been asked, we have found out, sources have told this reporter, of some of the people that are being inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame this year. So we have D-Generation X.
Yes.
We have the Hart Foundation.
Oh, are they? Excuse me. Are they official?
That is official.
Now, wait a minute. Time out. By Hart Foundation, I assume Jimmy Hart, Jim Neidhart, and Bret Hart. That's it.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that Danny Davis is part. He should be.
He should be. He should.
Danny Davis should be doing. He should be the.
At least, the one.
Right.
Inducting them. Maybe.
Right. He should be there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So we have them. There is also the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, yeah, well deserved.
Right, not as well deserved as the Honky Tonk Mailman going into. We need to have the WrestleCrap Radio Hall of Fame.
We do. Boy, imagine that. Could you imagine?
There's an idea.
There's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And then sources have told this reporter 2 of the other inductees will be Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Okay.
And Tori Wilson.
Wow.
Now, I'm not one to cast aspersions on anyone. I never like to say anything negative.
You better not.
But I'm getting the look. So, okay, we are going to instead go into the...
This is not gonna be the second consecutive show where you've badmouthed Tori Wilson.
No, I wasn't gonna badmouth. She was not the one I was gonna badmouth.
Oh, okay. We'll continue on.
Oh, I'm allowed then.
Yes,
I'm allowed then. I will just say that if my experience with one Brutus Beefcake, that may not be the best acceptance speech. I'll just say that. That's all I'm gonna
nothing
say.
wrong with that.
What we're going to do tonight, though, is we're going to talk about who the 3 candidates we would want in the WWE Hall of Fame who have never been in there.
Okay.
You may take the lead.
Okay. Let's see here. Coming in at number 3, I guess, I would say some form of the Midnight Express.
Midnight Express?
No, let me take that back.
Some form. So it could be Bombastic Bob and Beautiful Bart.
Let me take that back. And there was some other weird version of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Memphis or something. I would honestly go with Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane.
Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane.
Which as much I disliked them in the beginning because I was such a diehard Eaton and Condrey fan.
Right.
But and I didn't like change as a child.
Right. Well, I mean, but the WWE Hall of Fame is so lax and weird.
Yeah.
Like you could just say Midnight Express and you could have everyone there.
Well, I think if they were going to induct the Midnight Express, you would have all 3 of them out there.
Right.
assuming Dennis Condrey was around.
Right.
Doesn't he he has a tendency of disappearing?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how
that's how
and,
Eaton and
Stain Lane
began.
got together.
Right. So yeah, that's my number 3. I was always a big Midnight Express fan.
Okay, so you're going least to top. Your number 1 would be coming
Correct.
up. Okay.
Yes.
I'll go along with that, and I will go also along with that. I mean, it may kind of piggyback on that, but I would say Jim Cornette should be.
Okay. Yeah. He could just as easily go in by himself.
Sure, absolutely.
That makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
I was, I'm a huge Jim Cornette fan, and to show you how much of a ladies' man I was, and how I knew how to pick up the girls in my youth. Sure enough, when I was in grade school, I carried a folder that featured, and I cut out and I taped it on there, a photo of Jim Cornette in his black spandex and red tight wrestling outfit, and taped it right on my folder.
I bet the women just came a-coming.
You just, look at this guy. He's a winner. Talking about me.
Oh, okay. Your number 2 then would be.
Oh, my number 2? It would be Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth.
I think she deserves to be in there, don't you?
I would not argue with that.
Right. Right. Yeah. But the bad thing is about all the posthumous ones.
Right.
Is that kind of negates what the Hall of Fame is actually for. Which is
WWE Hall of Fame? The WWE Hall of Fame is to make WWE money.
I know that, and the best
We've had this discussion countless
times.
times.
And the best way you make money is by having a lot of older wrestling celebrities show up and parade them.
That are alive, not deceased.
It's kind of lacking when you have, say, a Randy Savage Hall of Fame induction, and he's not there because they dropped the ball on that. And I think wasn't Junkyard Dogs posthumous and Big John Studs? Yeah, right. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But great, it's great that they honor them, yes, but
yeah, you don't want to. Maybe you shouldn't wait around so long.
Yeah. Case in point, China. But anyway, yeah, Elizabeth and those granny panties. Those granny panties deserve to be in that Hall of Fame. That should be a 3 count. Like, what 3 wrestling items deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
I'm debating. I keep going back and forth between, because I know who my number 1's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's not even a contest.
I can't wait. I don't know.
But I keep going back and forth between my favorite, arguably my favorite tag team of all time. It's not even arguably. My favorite tag team of all time. Or a woman in wrestling that has not been given her dude. Her due, not her dude. I'm sure she had plenty of dudes. I will go with the tag team. British Bulldogs.
Oh.
They're not in, right?
You're correct.
I don't even think Davey Boy's in.
No. As a matter of fact, some people were like, when the Hart Foundation was announced, some people were spreading the news that Davey Boy Smith was going to be inducted with the Hart Foundation. Like they were inducting the 1997 version of the Hart Foundation.
Oh, yeah, with Pillman and Owen. Yeah.
Yeah, but that...
no, that would be a bad idea. I think the British Bulldogs, I mean, they were why I started watching wrestling. That was the first match I ever remember, was seeing them versus... It wasn't versus Sheik and Volkov. I don't remember. It was somebody else. I remember I saw them against someone. It may have been Valentine and Beefcake. And Beefcake, who is being inducted, but the British Bulldogs aren't. I give up. I will let you go to your number 1.
It would be the team that provided one of the most exciting matches with the Bulldogs. And spoiler, how about this? Demolition, Axe and Smash.
Shocker.
Shocker. But, the longest reigning WWF tag team champions of all time. They deserve to be in there. Yeah, but no, like those matches with the Bulldogs, especially if you have the WWE Network, Go and watch the primetime wrestling that was broadcast from France. Do you remember that one?
Yep, absolutely.
That Bulldogs versus Demolition match is great.
That may have been the only good match on that show.
I mean, like
that show from France was terrible. I remember that.
Oh boy, there was that 5-star classic Andre the Giant versus Junkyard Dog.
Oh yeah.
Did you induct that?
I'm going to this week. Thank you. I really appreciate that because I was sitting there going, I don't know what I'm going to induct this week. Oh, great. Now I do.
But that match was so long, like Smash's face paint completely wore off.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a great match. And back in the day when, I believed that wrestling was not predetermined.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I didn't use the word real or fake there.
Right.
I was always afraid of the Bulldogs. I was afraid of the Bulldogs that they would beat Demolition.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't.
And they should have, because they were the superior team.
Yeah.
Wow, look at us talking wrestling.
I know, right?
Boy,
see, look what happens when we get together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delightful. So my number one, of course, would be... You have no idea who my number one would be.
No.
What is the name of our show?
WrestleCrap.
Right. My number one would be the Gobbledygooker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yes.
How on earth? We got that Gobbledygooker outfit for the first StarCast.
That was great.
I should have never given it back.
Oh.
I should have held it hostage until they were going to induct the Gobbledygooker.
I wish, and it didn't dawn on me until after you had returned it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make a short movie wearing that outfit, just for my personal use.
Sure. No. Pass.
That's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Please. Good. They're good. Got the current news music going. It's probably a good thing. Oh, man.
Boy, what a show.
This has been a tremendous show.
It has been.
One for the ages.
One for the ears.
That made me feel like I'm aging.
That crystal clear jazz overnight blade quality.
Yeah.
Right here on the Whacker. Oh, by the way. By the way,
Working around to make sure he's not going to show up.
By the way, I want you to know, I was driving around Chicago this morning, and there was a street called Whacker.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it made me think of Mike Check.
Please stop mentioning him. We don't want him showing up and derailing this.
No, not at all. It's been a great show. Great show. One of the best shows in the history of our sport.
Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned that up on the Patreon is going to be an analysis of the first episode of
That's
WrestleCrap.
right. We're gonna be doing that here in a few minutes.
Not a good night in the history of our sport.
Probably not. We'll see how atrocious it is. But I'm glad I know what I'm gonna induct this week.
There you go.
It's a lifesaver. Current wrestling news here, kids. Current wrestling news. This is when we discuss all the latest happenings in the world of professional wrestling.
Yep, getting to the meat and potatoes of this show. This is why you all listen. This is why we have legions of millennials.
Yeah, absolutely. They're
all
beating the doors down.
All types of wrestling fans that listen to this show because they want to know our take on the current wrestling news scene.
Right.
Thankfully, we already had the TNA portion covered.
Right.
Thanks to Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley of KISS.
And Honky Tonk Mailman.
Honky Tonk Mailman. Nintendo
disrespect him.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
Here we are. We WWE. Current news. We got some hot WWE news, deal.
Yes. Well, I mean, what we want to talk about, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, other stuff. I mean, Roman Reigns came back.
Yep.
It's fine. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but A lot of people like him, those millennials.
You know,
People that like Aquaman.
I guess that makes me a millennial because I never had a problem with Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay.
I remember, what was it? Maybe, was it SummerSlam 2017? Is that when he fought Lesnar?
I don't remember.
Well,
It all blends. It all blends together.
You know, I can imitate half of the commentary Superstar Billy Graham did at SummerSlam '88, but I couldn't even tell you one match from
commentator superstar Billy Graham.
She took off.
Can we put him in the Hall of Fame?
She took off her dress. She took off her skirt, Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Superstar Billy Graham,
Wow.
commentator.
It was just like he was here, right here with us.
You know, like you don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
But
boy, Elizabeth never looked lovely as she does tonight.
Well,
Brother.
so we have Roman Reigns is back. Dave Bautista is back. Big Dave is back.
Big Dave Bistro.
Basketball Jones.
Now there's a throwback. If you want to go down that WrestleCrapRadio.com wormhole, that one WWE diva that they were going to sign, she said she couldn't wait to join the WWE because she'd get to work with Dave Bistro.
Was that? Who was that?
God, I forget.
That wasn't Rebecca, was it?
No, her name was Louise Glover.
Louise Glover.
Yes.
Louise Glover.
Never made it to the WWE. Never got to meet Bistro. What a fine...
Probably working at a bistro now.
What a fine eating establishment that Dave Bautista is.
Bistro.
And that sounds pretty dirty. You don't want to dine on Batista. Now, what were we talking about?
Mama's a little slow on the draw tonight.
Mama's tired.
But I think the big thing is, and this is amazing to me, that WWE right now has two people on their roster that people really seem to be, organically is probably the wrong word, but people that the company didn't push super hard, but they got over kind of on their own, and that would be Kofi Kingston of all people, which is still weird to me. He's getting huge reactions, and the company is doing something with him. Sources have told this reporter at WrestleMania it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Which, if you'd have told me that 6 months ago, I'd have thought, I don't even know what I could have said.
If you would have told me that 6 or 7 years ago, I would have said, that's going to be a good episode of Velocity.
The other is...
And I say that because Daniel Bryan was on Velocity. Do you remember that?
I would have thought it would have been a great episode of Saturday Morning Slam.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy, I remember Caitlyn dressed up as a penguin. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Daniel Bryan turned himself into a ball so he couldn't be pinned.
Oh, what a great show. What a great show that was.
Oh, man, I missed Saturday Morning Slam.
You millennials missed out on that one.
They really need... That needs to be on the network.
Ah, yes.
Why have they not put that on the network?
Yes.
The other person, of course, that has gotten over, and we have been a fan of since, I think, day one.
Oh, yes.
Is Becky Lynch.
Right. You can go back in those archives. Where can you find those archives of WrestleCrap Radio?
You can get those at WrestleCrap.com. You can go to the archives section. You can do a one-time donation and get the archives that way. Or better yet, just go to our Patreon. That way you get all the RD and Blades as well. Patreon.com/WrestleCrap. That's where you want to go. But we have been Becky supporters forever.
Yes. Yep. Boy, I was excited to make this visit here because I finally get to take home my Becky Lynch doll you got from Toys R Us when there was thousands and thousands of them across the nation.
And if we would have just bought those, whenever they had those thousands of Becky Lynch dolls, if we would have bought those, I mean, Who could have ever predicted? Because while you and I were big fans of Becky since day one, the company did not appear to be at all.
Right.
But now, and it's so strange, you and I are getting something we want. We're getting someone we both really like is going to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
That's exciting.
And, you know, there's been a little bit of, you know, it's going to be Becky and Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. Becky and Ronda. Becky, I have said before. And you know what? I'm going to actually make this official. I'm going to make it official. I mentioned it on my Facebook. I am sorry, Patty. I am sorry, Trish. But Becky Lynch, I am going to proclaim it right here. WrestleCrap Radio episode 281. Becky Lynch is now my favorite woman ever in wrestling.
Wow.
She passed Trish after all these years.
Wow. You know what? You should have probably held on to that for like 12,
RD's big announcement.
12 years and made that big announcement.
Yeah.
I got to teach you a thing or two about building things up.
Right.
Wow. Boy, RD's big announcement here. Wow.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, she is. And a large part of it is she is. I am not gigantic on social media. I post a lot of stuff on Facebook, which is kind of the old person's social media, to my understanding. Okay, I do a lot on Facebook. I don't do a lot on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Becky does a lot on Twitter, and she is a just delightful troll.
Oh, marvelous. A technician.
She rips people apart in a manner just unparalleled. Unparalleled. And such was the case. She and Ronda got into it. And do you have anything to say about that?
I have 17 syllables to say about that.
I thought you might.
This is soothing.
It is. It's even more soothing here. It's seeing the boys... Johan and crew. They never leave. You come once every 10 years. They just live in the house. They live. I don't know where, if they're like in the garage, but they're here every time I record a show.
Boy, it's great to be there live. Like I said, I saw Kiss yesterday.
Who's better?
Oh, I gotta plead the fifth.
They're right here. Don't say anything negative to them.
Oh, they're great. You're great. I love you. But yeah, what a week! I can't even say what a week on Twitter by Becky Lynch, because it's been a wonderful year full of trolling and just razor sharp wit, if you will, from Miss Rebecca Lynch. But yeah. She and Ronda got into it this week.
Right.
Ronda, well, you say it.
Yeah, she basically, Ronda and Becky have been throwing barbs at each other, and Ronda basically called Becky fake and posted a picture of her applying the disarmor. You know, Becky's finisher. And in that disarmor, she holds the opponent's arm between her own legs. And, well, Ronda said that it looked like she's getting the, wiener she never had. Something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it was...
When you want to make somebody mad at them, drop the wiener bomb.
Drop the wiener bomb, yes. So she said that, and it got kind of nasty. They did not use the term wiener.
Right.
They used much more vulgar terms, which I was really surprised that WWE didn't, pull in the reins. But apparently WWE was okay with it, and I guess you have...
I do.
You got, yeah.
I have 17 syllables on it, and boy, this music is about to hit. Here we go. Becky with a dick. Russo bomb at Mania. Penis on a pole.
I don't know what's better. Us getting what we want at WrestleMania, or you being here live at WrestleCrap HQ.
Oh, the magic of being live.